Hello? The mic on? The mic working? Want to hear me? Charlie about there?
Yeah, so we levels now.
We here for no. We gotta do it this way, boy, for no. Till your sister
So
come back up.
yeah, cause we again a little bit of technical difficulty. We was trying to work at a certain way. So my apologies about that, people. So um right now, let me just signal to all of my people we're going on boom. Busy working on the piece line that we working. Very want to introduce one to my co-host, Kita, the
Pleasant good
girl then
night.
cough
Pleasant good
the
night.
girl the girl then coffee sweetener. What going on?
I cool, brother. I cool. I
Good,
bless. Can't complain.
good, good,
Just
good,
trying to
good.
take it easy.
All right, amidst all of this drama here, so I think it's very difficult to take it easy right now because we can go and talk about a conversation or a topic that is very near and dear to a lot of people. A lot of we frightened to talk about it, or well, I would say unapologetically talk about it. But it's time for me to really delve into this thing and stop being fearful because it's time for change. It's really and truly time for change. I feel like black people right now in a relationship with an abusive husband and we saying that we can left it, we can left it, we can left it, but we ain't left it. We coming back all the time. So it's time for some change to occur. I know you want to encourage everybody to got that bravery to come forward. And if you don't got it, the always got ways for you to be a part of the situation, be a part of the war. You understand me? Even if you carrying water, if you're a nurse helping the wounded, you don't always gotta be up front holding a knife or holding a gun to be a part of the change. All we got different roles to play, right? So, but what first and foremost, what I want to say too is that we ain't in the business of political correctness right here. You know what I mean? We we
Get out of the
nothing
way, child.
we ain't dealing with the disclaimers of oh I didn't mean this group and I didn't mean to offend nobody because we ain't working with that. I ain't working with it. Right now we dealing with a situation that black people being killed indiscriminately, men walking away. Yeah, the job might be lost, but still they getting pensions, the family living good, they may gain no particular uh, routine of their lives and that sort of thing. But then the people got to be like, oh, um, my son is dead. Oh, let me just give you some money and let me give the family some money and that's all right. We ain't working with animal though.
Yeah.
It's time for this to be over. I know it ain't gonna be over tonight, it ain't gonna be over tomorrow, it ain't gonna be over next week. But we gotta work on real things to get real results. All right. So I want to spark that conversation, especially here in the Caribbean, because a lot we think that because it happening in America, it don't reflect or directly on us. And that is a myth. Because all of we got some sort of family member that live abroad and then could turn into a hashtag easy so. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Easy so they could turn it to a hashtag. So
I can't breathe.
unless well that's the one that's circulating right now.
Yeah, right now is a true fact.
Mm.
But here's the thing though, Charlie. If we can deal with this issue, we gotta deal with it from the beginning. So
Huh.
you gotta let me know what racism really means to you. Like I know what it means to me, but what racism really means to you from your end? What you would say your definition of racism is?
I would say my definition of racism is the oppression, disenfranchising of people that
Mm,
otherwise you create it. Like let me call it what it is. White supremacy exists, right? Where that
yeah.
a specific group of people have superiority in terms of financial backing, judicial,
Hmm.
um, social, all of these points basically over us. They basically is like Usain Bolt versus somebody in a wheelchair. You understand me? They got
Hmm.
a real situation going on where that these people are highly advanced to us, even though they're not advanced to us when you think about it. Because anything that black people stars movies do, we don't take it over. When you look at sports, when you look at careers, we take over everything. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to the racism, no, all right, let me give it from another perspective too. You see, me, a black person, speaking about racism,
Hmm.
that is more potent than a white person practicing and executing racism.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
It's,
get where you're coming from.
it's more like, all right, let me see if I can break it down even more layman terms. I looking at it from the perspective that if I were to say I felt like I was just now um, given prejudice, somebody was prejudiced against me for the color of my skin. You know that I just get more negative feedback from that than a person actually performing the act of racism or oppression.
Mm.
So,
So prejudice is a
for
major part for you. Mm.
definitely, I would say that, for example, let's say that I went for a job interview, and this is a really good example. We go for a job interview, I'm here, you know, I got dreads and everything. To
Hmm.
this day, my dreads is still a problem for a lot of offices and stuff like that. And it shouldn't be so. I mean, we always say, "Oh, this is 2020. This shouldn't be going on still, and that shouldn't be going on still."
But
But
still
this
going
is a
on.
reality. It's still a reality. People just be
Harsh
looking at my
reality,
hair,
but
telling me, "Oh, well, you know, my client doesn't take people with dreadlocks." You know that if I was someplace else, like America, and somebody told me that, I could sue them for that, because you discriminating against me. You blatantly told me because of my hair and that it untidy or whatever. It's just
yeah,
that because of my hair, I am not suitable for
because
your
you got
job
because you got locks.
because I got dreadlocks.
You
So,
know that's funny. That's funny.
mm,
I just want to chip in here because it's like you grew up your whole school life, right? Being told to cut your hair in a particular style. You keep a low haircut.
right.
Keep a low haircut. You gotta keep a tidy haircut. You ever realize like you sit down and realize like you get in school and you but got you one or two white people in your school and you find that nobody they ain't got no boundaries. Their haircut could be any length. They
Mm-hmm.
nobody can't tell them to cut their hair because no matter what their length of hair is, it's okay. Even
Yeah,
if it's
but
messy and look roady. You could got your
yeah,
hair like this
yeah,
and got it neat. You could got your hair in many different styles as a black person and got it neat.
yeah.
But the white man in school, the white boy in school, he could got his hair any style. And in the
It could
issue,
be long. It could be put
in the
back in
issue,
one. That's all good. You know, and then we also got even go a little further back because I remember in 2004 when I first started in the workforce,
mm,
black women were not even allowed to wear their natural hair in styles like, you know, like cornrows or whatever
yeah.
styles that they would want to put on. They can't do that. They had to be
They
wearing
can't figure
braids
out
or wigs
for the
or
life of me, they
any
can't
such
figure out
thing.
why.
And let me tell you this, I from that time when I learned about that, saying tell me I gotta do something against this though. And that's when I started growing my hair. So I started growing out my hair to afro. Then I started cornrowing my hair. And then I get to the stage that I was like, alright, tired of plaiting my hair now. And then I started to grow locks. So I went to my then boss at the point and I tell you, well, boss, I thinking about growing out my hair from the plait hair to the dreadlocks. And he tell me, well, child, you's always a neat fella. You should be alright. Just do what you gotta do. I said, alright, cool. But that was him. And that was back in
Mm,
2004. So you gotta understand that there got always two sides to the coin where one person might
yeah.
not see it as an issue because they got rapport with you. They know how you just work, they know how you operate, they know your style of dress. So they may have got no issue with you then. But
Yeah,
somebody
true.
who might come and meet me now will be able to say, well, wait, you know the profile, dark skin, got dreadlocks, got tattoos.
Oh
You know
Lord.
where you know
Oh
where he gotta
Lord.
be.
Ain't no hope for you.
You know where he
Ain't no
gotta
hope for you,
be.
bro.
All right. So
You gotta
and
be
you
a drug
know,
you gotta be
and
a drug dealer.
somebody said in the chat here just like barely saving event that is usually be the blast that is be perpetuating that. But that's come from slavery as well. That's something that we to get like the men had to get. You're not supposed to got no hair, bald headed or lower haircut, and that's it. Because you're not supposed to go. You can imagine telling somebody that the hair follicle, the hair that's growing you follicle is not good enough. Now tell me what sense that meant to you. That made sense to me.
the
And let me
most
talk.
beautiful here, the most beautiful here in the world that we talk about. Do you hear that? Do you hear
You
that
mean that
stand up?
everybody does, and
Do you hear that
you
stand
hear
up?
that everybody does try to imitate? All right, but anyhow, I want further going to a point, but here too. There was a time that my daughter was sitting down watching a show. I think it is
Mm-hmm.
named Bratz or something so. And there was a little girl at the front of it that was, she's the forefront. So she's skin light, she got the long flowing hair, and the token black girl was in the background. You understand me? And my daughter comes to me and asks me, but daddy, how come that this girl up front and this girl behind, or the girl that looked like she is in the
Mm-hmm.
background? The girl that don't look like her or she don't identify as looks like
Up
this
front.
Barbie, this Barbie. And they got a lot of videos that circulate the net though. That's brought my heart to be honest, as a father, and especially a father of a girl. Where I saw
Mm.
little girls crying to their mother or their father and saying that they're not beautiful because of the images that they see on TV. That, the
Mm.
white girl is who most popular, who is the most fun, who is the most sought after. These are things that is be in the society subliminally messing with me, but we don't see it. It's only now that I get older that honestly I could look back at it and figure it out.
As
You know what I'm
internalize what
saying?
all these things do. Funny enough,
Yeah,
you get that
so
story. Bratz, the actual company is one of the first people to reach out to the black community given the whole George Floyd situation. And they were one of the first people to post a message given that. Even like Barbie, who was predominantly a white company, most white dolls and so on, they didn't say a word.
mhm,
But Bratz reached out and I was real surprised. But if I can say A, I can say B, but a lot of people claiming to support black people for
mhm.
publicity. They got a lot of
But
companies that
that's
don't give a
fact.
shit about black people, Chad,
That's a fact.
and
That's a
they're
fact.
using this as a publicity stunt. So, oh yeah, I stand with black people. I stand. Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter,
Yep.
Blackout Tuesday, all that. But
Mm-hmm.
they're just bullshitting us because they want to be seen as
Listen,
okay, because they
mm,
understand the power of how black people spend money in the states and black people spend money globally, and they understand that if black people were to ever get serious one day and decide, boom, I ain't spending my money there, and we all come together, and it become a trend that it can really stipulate and hurt a lot of businesses in the U.S. And
yeah, for sure.
that's the
But
truth.
that's a sure thing. I believe that the black community and the black voice is so big, so thunderous, and so
Mm,
strong that it is the right move to align with blackness right now. But you see, what my people got to understand is when we get this sort of momentum, we can't take before our feet pedal. You know the same way George Floyd had a knee on the back of his neck
on the
choking he.
net,
It's time for the black nation to put them knee on the white community neck and don't let off though. It's that
that
sort of time.
image, that image alone, bro, that just a tough image. Because like, for me, looking at that is tough, right? But for you, a man that got a daughter, right? How you explain that to your daughter, bro? Tell me, how you can explain that to your daughter? The police putting their foot down a black man neck while he's handcuffed for that period of time. Like, how you explain that to a child?
What
These is the police.
what you can say though, Kia, is that I guess I might be getting ahead of myself right now, but I feel like I got one solution for that. In terms of we gotta understand that the children is the future. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
have to stop we have to stop sheltering these children. We gotta tell them straight up. Because of the color of your skin, this is where you line up, this is what you're seen
mm,
as. These are the
mm.
hurdles you have to surmount. These are the hills you have to climb. Because anytime at
Life
all you
lessons.
sheltering a child because you like, oh, if I keep them close to my bosom, that means that they're not exposed to the reality of life. You are disadvantaging that child because you aren't
Mm.
preparing them for the actual real world. You understand me?
But it's funny though. It's funny because so much people rioting, people looting, and I agree with the I guess protesting and what's not, but the looting gone overboard. To me, the looting gone way overboard, and I can't see a reason why people looting at that level. Yo, you there?
Yo,
Yo, right. I can't
yeah,
see what
man. What
people.
was the last thing you heard me say?
Oh, I can't remember. It was just basically
Right.
explaining
I
how
was
your daughter
basically I was explaining to my daughter, right? So
or
that's what I
Rama
was
Rama
telling you
already.
that. Well, he ready?
Yeah.
Let me finish what he
We
was
finish
saying,
this
bro.
point. Yeah.
So basically, I think I have a part of a solution or a road to a solution for that situation. Now, a lot of us as black people like to shelter we children because we feel like if we quote unquote protecting them. But the reality is that we are disadvantaging those children because we are not really giving them the realistic understanding of what they represent in society, how they are viewed, how
Mm,
the hurdles that they got to jump over, the hills that they got to climb. We ain't really giving them the real tools. By keeping them sheltered and making them feel like if everything will be handed to them, we have to start younger because the children is the future. I have seen multiple situations, and that's something that's happened within the Caribbean, where where a child will be outside, and when they go and touch something, we like, don't touch that. Yes, what you know what I mean? We stopping the children from being like explorers and understand how things is work. And that's what we gotta start. We gotta start sheltering reach children. We gotta get in the information early because it is easier to train a child than it is to train a man that already done believe what he believe. So the children is the future. So we got to give these children the dose of real reality earlier. We can't be sheltering them no more. So I taught my daughter about these things. I tell my daughter straight. You see what going on over there could easily happen here. The only reason why it don't happen here is because we are a majority black
black.
community. That's
Yeah.
the only
Facts.
reason. That's the only reason. But I could tell you, we just enjoy a semblance of covert racism here. It don't be overt
Mm-hmm.
like in America, cause them got them
Facts.
numbers out there. We
Mm.
enjoy covert racism here because when everybody decide now to go in their separate communities, you really think that them up in the heights and terraces calling me niggers, big dog? You really think so?
Well, I know that white people are scally niggas when we ain't looking, bro.
But I would tell you,
There's a father.
let me tell you this here straight. I don't know about any other man. I don't know about any other man on this like, but let me tell you saying, I ever going down that line where hearing somebody of a different ethnic group calling me a nigga. And they like, will you just know that? Nah, I ain't gonna time for it. I ain't gonna time for it. Or you disrespect me and that man you gotta learn what time it is. Because I see I have never heard of a white person being beaten up in a black community. But I've heard about black people getting beat up bad in white communities though. Because they could I see bicycles all down through here so big man all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
you let me you go for a bicycle race under through was a big area like Millennium Heights or Fort George Heights.
Fort
And
George.
see what happened. Yeah, Fort George cause that more open than Millennium. But let me
Mm.
right through there so people that ain't from the neighborhood, and you tell me that you feel that nobody ain't gonna be peeping through the windows and then all of a sudden we see a police jeep turn around like, yeah, gentlemen, well, what went after
Rastaman
this
boy here
evening?
rating?
You
Rastaman boy
understand?
here rating? Nah,
You
boy.
understand?
Unheard of.
Right. So I don't put it in anybody's mind that I actually hold a relationship with to think that we are exempt from what's happening in America. We only enjoy one difference, and that's because we outnumber the number of whites in this island.
In your country. Mm.
Straight up. So, like I was saying before, we all are
Mm.
connected to different parts of the world because you might have family in New York,
They
which is
do.
in America. You might got relatives in England, which is one of the
Mm-hmm.
heaviest racist states, and we
Bro.
don't talk about them neither. We don't talk about
uh,
them neither.
But
But
it's once
them
again
is a big one
is
too.
what the media feeding you because like racism is huge in England. I watch football matches where players black players being racially abused by a whole stadium of fans in Europe and it's weird because like there's incidents where they making monkey noises
Right.
and
Don't forget that the
if
child banana at Danny
a banana
Alves.
yeah somebody get a banana thrown at them and I'm like
Right.
whoa is this blatant and a whole section of the stadium and what gonna happen the club get fined that person get fined get escort out, lock up for a year, 6 months, worst case scenario, I guess. But nothing is significantly done about racism overseas. And to be honest, like all this protesting, and I just don't feel as though like I honestly feel as though protesting is good yet for to raise awareness and what's not, but people don't get the gist of it because it ain't really affecting anybody per se financially significantly yet from
Mhm.
the protesting that going on.
All right, so you believe that the protesting is not necessarily doing anything to enact some form of change. You believe it's just
Yeah,
like a situation right now, or it's like a transitory period between, or we vex and we fed up, and we moving towards that we want change. But that lends to the point I was making previously, that in order for us to continue to make strides, we can't just
mhm.
get vexed, loot, get violent, whatever. And then when we hear, oh, well, the person has been convicted and they're going to prison, all of a sudden we done. That's the problem. We shut off too soon. Then no more time to shut off. Right now, I tell you, we the
Exactly,
same way
Russell.
how that man how he knee on George Floyd neck is how the black nation from all over the world need to got the foot on got the foot on the neck of racism. That's it. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. And we need to hit them in the bottom line, because you see, we dollar woman, we really do not understand how powerful our dollar is. You know, we talk about it. I see it in every kind of
Mhm.
conversation where that, oh, we need to start, we want black this and we want black that and this and next and third. I hear that. But you know, when I talk to people now within my nation of Barbados, I would never forget when the price of bread the skyrocket. And I went on my little Facebook with my little following, and I tell them, the agents, do not buy bread for 1 week. Just 1 week here, one
You will see
single
the
week.
significant
Remember,
change
remember, bread
for
got a
sure,
shelf
bro.
life.
For sure.
Remember, bread got a
You gotta
shelf
remind me.
life. So
You gotta remind me.
the money that would have get spent at the baker, and then the distributor put it on their supermarket shelves, and again
Yeah,
walk past for the couple days.
cause
They
nobody
got you
won't buy
get
bread
that
for the
stale
week,
bread. They got you that
and
way, and
you
you know what gonna
and
happen?
that's other.
The price gonna drop. The price gonna drop. So
Yeah,
if we want to hit them in the dollar, right? This is what I gotta tell my people. If we want to hit them in the dollar, you got to do short-term suffering for long-term gain. Let me repeat
facts.
that again. If when I want to hit them in the pocket, when I got to deal with short-term suffering for long-term gain. And I can repeat it one more time for the people who want to hear it just now, or floor
For the people in
got
your
with the
back. For the
internet
people in your
moving.
back.
No, no, for
For
the
the
people that the internet sticking.
oh,
When
well,
you
fair
want
enough.
to hit them in their dollar amount or affect the bottom line, you got to deal with short-term suffering for long-term gain. You understand me? So don't come to me and tell me, oh, well, my daughter got to good school and they got met sandwiches for she to good school and this and that and third. We the surviving without bread. Remember when my grandmother used to be going buying a whole box of so the bits from off of the biscuit truck, and we the good.
So biscuits for a week can't hurt you.
So you
A week
understand
of
me?
biscuits can't hurt. You know what I mean?
A week of biscuits cannot kill you. So let me,
It's true.
if we really want to make a change, we gotta learn to come together, dog. We gotta stop with the segregation, especially, and that's another thing too. You see that whole thing about you is a red skinned man and there's a dark skinned man and red women and black women and all kind of thing. That's the next thing that they put there to further put we in a whole spiral
Yeah.
of chaos. We gotta
I
get away
red skin
from
or I
that.
light skin.
We
That's
gotta get away
foolishness,
from
B.
that. We gotta get away from it. So my point is, whenever it is that we know we need to come together for saying, let me, all right, another one. There's another sweet one here, so that I come up with a time too. Whenever gas shoot up in the air, no, you remember right now gas. I remember a friend of mine was telling me that in Canada the gas was like 60 something cent a liter. Granted, they pump their own oil, them is mining and all that stuff. That's fair. But
Mm.
obviously the government would be benefiting from that because when they purchase it from overseas, it's a whole lot cheaper. So I
Yeah.
would expect that it can translate over to us, the customers. So if we still seeing price hikes in gas, you know what we should do? We should start carpooling. We wanted to stop with that whole thing about, oh, I don't speak to this body and I don't like that body because them they said this about me and I had this body man and the next body man is the people man and man man. That's another thing. You gotta done away with that foolishness. If you really want to touch these people bottom line, when I gotta get past when the little
You gotta come
stupid,
together.
vindictive things and come
Yeah, you
together.
gotta come together.
It's about the nation. Let me put this here so up on you know though. Let me see if your memory good. We in the 30, middle 30 enough range, right? I can remember when I was about, I would say about 13, 14 years old. I can remember that the the Indian and Syrian people, there was every district. There was every
Hmm.
district, 20 years in the future now, them at the same table, the people that got the money, the whites, sitting down right now, owning property, owning businesses, owning a lot of real estate that we like, wait, how these people get this here do? So it tells me that if people
Generational
were to
wealth.
come together, and really focus on like maybe 2 or 3 decades of complete togetherness, or maybe we could turn this thing on the head so fast. Because how you can move from me being 13 years old to being next to me, living in the same district as me,
Hmm.
20 years in the future now, you people living different. Listen, I got Indian friends too, and they tell me, Chad,
Generational wealth, bro.
they tell me,
Generational wealth.
Chad, all of we don't get along, all of we families don't like one another, but they see that the only way for them to move forward as a race and to ascend is to come together. Tell me how many times you went back here apart for your vehicle. And when the Indian man tell you, oh, I got it, wait, let me call and think cross the road so that you could go to here and get it. The man
Yeah,
telling you,
cause
oh, come back
then they
next
look
week.
out
The man
for it.
telling you, come back
They
next week.
they ain't gonna tell you
Go
go by
ahead.
hunch, or they ain't gonna tell you
Right,
go by my mom didn't switch roads. They ain't gonna tell you go to another Indian man. They ain't saying you nowhere else.
right,
Cause you spend
exactly.
it in them circle. We don't spend it. We circle. We spend where we could find it the cheapest, or try to catch a bread, or
Right,
if you got a friend that got a business, right? I would never do this to none of my friends. You can tell you that. If you got a friend that got a business, are you talking about black friend, black business? We the same people that want to get a discount for a man and no start a business.
mm-hmm.
We don't understand. We can support black. We can support our business. And this is probably on another tangent, but
Now you
we
good.
go support black. We go support black child because we don't support black enough as it is as
Mm-hmm.
black people.
You know,
I don't see them Indians being outside of them race.
and when they do, what them is do,
But
them
we
is
but we
close the
but,
gap by
but we run
creating
to
that
Kulima.
business.
But we
You
run to
see, no,
Kulima, right?
that's,
Kulima
but let
come
me
out.
pull you up on that. Let me pull you up on that though, because that's saying that I learned the other day. We speaking on racism. I only learned a few years ago that the term coolie man is actually a
It's a
derogatory
racist
term.
term.
So I
I
stopped
found that out
using
last
that.
year.
I stopped
All right,
using that.
let's say run to the door to door salesman
Mm,
for a lack of an easier word to call.
mm,
We run to the door to door salesman and say, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want this, as
mm.
opposed to going to an actual black business, black owned, and using our spending power. But we the society we live in.
All right, but let me show you another solution to that. Cause I is a man that I all about solutions. I is a man that I like to look at source problems. Sorry, I like to look at problems and find the source because we could be forever cutting branches on a tree. When you cut that root, brother, you done deal with everything. So this is my solution for that. If it is that we got a black hardware store, support that. If you find that we got a black bakery, support that. If you know that we got a black car place, support that. If it is know that we ain't got a black construction company, let me close that gap. Let me find out how we will go about creating a corporation to come together and be able to create that. Because it's very unlikely that we will have everything that we need within the black nation just like that. You gotta build things. You gotta set aside things. That's how it's really and truly work. But
We
we
gotta start
got
from
to
somewhere.
recognize, we gotta recognize not only to support we on, but fill the gaps where that look, you see, this is the gap here so that the black dollar going through. We gotta close out, brother. We gotta find it. Wherever the got leak of black dollars going out to another race, we gotta close it. So I don't want to be just
But
here
that's how
recycling
everybody else
information.
moving with each other. So we gotta move the same way. We gotta follow
I
suit.
see somebody here. I see somebody said that the black players need to up their game too and look out for other black businesses. Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's basically what he
Yeah.
was talking about there just now. That, but that's another good point too. We got to up the quality of service and the good when it comes to these things. You understand? Because it's all right to be saying, or we want to support this person, but the quality is off. They got to understand that it coming with something. You have to be able to bring a top quality to somebody in order to continue getting support. It don't work, so you can't bring mediocrity and expect to get top dollar for it, right?
True.
So,
My mom here said black business is not your fat.
well, let me tell you. I seen all right. I seen somebody here, so I saying I supported a black business and got burned twice. Well, yeah, I get burned already by a black business. I get burned by a white one. I get burned by an Indian one, and they tell the white how to tell them I stop going to it. So find another option. Find another black business that got what you want. Don't use that as an excuse. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if it is that one body making cakes for birthdays and the deal with you buy the weren't the customer service wasn't good, the pricing was unfair, the cake presentation wasn't good, the and whatever, find somebody else.
Mm,
Find another black man or black woman to support that could do cakes. So don't just make it seem as if, all right, but one black business burn me and I done with her. Can't do that.
mm,
Don't let me go down that lane.
very much so.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At some point, I think you can get
Everybody
burned.
get burned. Everybody's
You
burned.
can
Yeah.
get burned
White,
somewhere.
black, Indian, is get
But
burned. One
but to
way or
be
not.
real, with you might
Chinese,
not agree with me. I prefer to get burned, but I want people that to go say my race and get burned by
yeah.
them though. They may put that
It's
hand on
feel
me.
it's feel it's feel it's feel actual when you get burned by another race though. That's me. And I mean, but even when you take about into like racism, it feel weird. In the back of my mind, right? Every time I have a conversation with a next race, even before this whole George Floyd situation, I just actually listen to the little things and the little conversations that anybody from a next race tell me, and it mainly be white. It's work at a hotel on weekends, right? So I interact with people of many different like races throughout
Mhm.
almost every weekend of the year. I always got to listen to these small little conversations that people have with you to understand exactly what their mindset is, like how they value or respect you or what they think of you. So
Mhm.
like small little things that I always in the back of my head is always said, could this conversation be potentially a racist conversation? Is this
Mhm.
a topic that I need to go into more detail? This way they could look me and have a solid conversation because I've experienced racism on many, many, many levels. I can tell you that for sure.
Right.
Through there, I've experienced racism in the US, and it's things that you never expect. I've even experienced it with a white police and
Uh-huh.
things got addressed. And this was like 2012. Yeah, about 2012. I
Mhm.
going up to shop my mom. I on vacation up in the woods. I going to visit a black family. I having a little vacation. I one day you guys is ride bikes. I ain't no bike man. I don't ride motorcycle or name, but you guys were on the bikes. You may tell me follow them in the car. You might got a nice car. You might do well for yourself. I follow him in the car, Chad. And before I could get like 5 minutes of driving on the road, I see lights flashing behind me.
Mhm.
So I pull over. You might come to me. You might ask me how my day is going. I was like, my day is going good. I ain't studying like racism at this point in time. I just studying,
Right.
well, a man start me. A man start me, police start me. What he start me for? I good. I got my license. I got my international license. I got everything plugged in.
Right.
All right. Man start asking me all these questions about where he going and this and them. Like, but he ain't tell me what he start me for. Like, what he start me for. It's only like after like I sit down and study. I take my Barbados driver's license, with my e card to register it. I find out if it's yeah valid, if it's illegal, all sort of things. And I'm like, well, I pay for this here to be legal, blah blah blah. I get all the papers and what's not. And man, he only gave me the reason after he come back from the car. And I was like, I reporting you for driving too close to the motorcycle in front of you. He want license, he want registration for your car. I look, you know what I tell you? In my car, so I ain't sure the registration is. My opinion is not your car. So from then I could tell that bam, racism hit me in the face. It's not your car. You're a black man driving a nice car in this white neighborhood, and it's not your car. Nah. So from there it was just pure question. So who the car belong to? I was like, the guy on the motorcycle that you told me that I was driving too close behind. And the man was like, bam, bam. And from there, Chad, this thing went downhill, B. It went downhill. And it was like, whoa. So after all this, when he find out that there is no reason for him to hold me or stop me for, he come back. No, after all this here, I tell me, he can write me up for driving with an illegal license. I was like, my license is illegal? So it was like, so officer, that mean you are coming, you got to compound this car. This car got to go. You got to escort me to the station. All that. He was like, nah, you could go along and catch up with your friends. So I was like, nah. These small little things that is just because you're black, bro, and it's
Yeah.
tough. Is just it's tough to deal with, and like
All right.
I I I got a ticket for it. Afterwards, I was back in Barbados. My people went court for me overseas, and they went through the case because they realized that was just bullshit.
Yeah. My
And that was
man
the first time I experienced racism
in a foreign
in a
country.
foreign country. And
Right.
since then, bro, is like,
FC Hollywood Sports says something that's true. We black people are fast to forgive other races, but not our own people. That's actually a very big fact. That's a big fact. We gotta learn to be more loving with we one another. But let me ask you a
yeah,
question
it's
though.
true.
You got a fear of victimization. You got a fear of victimization regarding like if like you at work and something occurred that hits you in the wrong way, it touched you in the wrong way, like along the line of a prejudicial situation. You feel like if you comfortable enough that you could express that to somebody, like I don't know, a supervisor, a boss, and the issue be resolved correctly, properly, properly.
Um, I won't say yeah or no. I feel it would get resolved. I have no problem with my employer when it comes to them sort of issues. So I can't say that I got a fear of being victimized and that sort of thing. And I got a big personality, so it's like I really am. I would like to look at myself as an optimist, child. I just always look
Uh,
at the bright things in the situation. Then so
uh,
don't bother me, but I just know that you've always gotta be on your feet. You've always gotta be thinking, and I can't say that. I can't say that I got a fear of that, child.
all right, but let me say this here so to all of my people within the chat. Anytime at all that any kind of racist word or action is done to you, I believe that we gotta get to the point that the fear of victimization should not even be in the forefront of our minds. Somebody doing something wrong, we don't care who the last name is, call them out. Are you ready to support it though? It's time to
You
start
gotta, you
mobilizing
gotta, you
against
gotta
this
speak up.
covert racism but here. It
You
don't
gotta speak
happen to
up.
me. That's the thing. I feel like your energy does determine what is come at you though. Because there's
Exactly. That's a
nobody
fact, child.
that would be brazen enough to come to me to say something. And you know the quickest thing to like to talk about is this whole race card thing. I for all the years that I was a black man, I never had a race card. I was not issued one. Do I need to go somewhere so that I can have it issued to me? Because I don't know what is a race card. Well, y'all are always talking about the race card, man. What's going on? It's like
Let me sell it.
this
Race
is a
cars is
race
selling Larry
card.
Dash, bro. Race cars is selling
Well,
Larry Dash.
let me tell you something. I
Telling you,
can
bro.
forever be calling it. Oh, I want this is saying I want my people to understand. Anytime at all when I see this situation taking place where somebody being prejudiced towards when I get upon when the phones the same way how we sport the things and met means fast. I want when I get
Record
fast on the internet and record
and record
and
it.
put it out there and let we talk about it. Let me make noise
But
about it
child,
because that's the only way. Everybody got a
child,
story, but nobody ain't talking.
exactly because it's like it's racism has been on for so long. But it's just that it's being recorded more regular now, you know.
That's
Everybody got
all.
a phone now that they could record it. You see how much cameras they use for that, you see in George Floyd situation, how much different angles that they had it from.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime police
Right.
pull up on anybody overseas, people can record it because it gave a well known fact that police dirty. People
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of dirty stuff and what's not. And I ain't saying that all police bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the references that they were
Nah, we
using, like
passed that
bad
though. Remember
apples,
that was what I tell you at the beginning. We ain't dealing with that there. We ain't dealing with that. If you know that you are not a bad
It's
police officer, you are not going to feel no way when we call out the ones that bad. So I ain't in the business of us getting into the conversation of, oh, it's not that all white people bad. Oh, it's not that all police bad. I ain't give a shit about none of that. Who feels it knows it. So
knows
if
it.
you know that you are
Facts.
not one of the bad apples, you don't need to constantly indicate, oh, we know that all police are not bad. I ain't with that conversation, dog. If you know you bad, it gonna bite you. You understand me?
But
Straight.
it's real talk.
I'm with
It's
it.
real talk.
I'm with that. So that's not what this podcast can be. But we ain't gonna put no
I understand.
disclaimers out there. We ain't gonna deal with that. So we ain't dealing with
Yeah,
that.
but you get where it came from.
Yeah, I done
The
over where you came
televising,
from.
the televising and everything making things more open for people to see. Because I could
Mm.
guarantee you, 10 years ago, this George Floyd situation would not have had this sort of media attention because most people would have recorded this. People would say, "Oh, sure, they're wrong for that. They shouldn't do that." But
Mm.
everybody's saying no. So look at it now. People in other countries protesting. People in New Zealand,
Mm.
Australia, all over the world protesting. It's like, shh. But what is justice, Chef? What is justice?
Was justice? Well, justice is when the system no longer favors any one person because of the color of their skin. That's what justice truly is. This
Which
is
would be
my
the end of
number one.
racism.
This is my number one issue though. You know that this entire thing start to create a domino effect around the world, where that a man was killed by another man. He was murdered by another man. You know that people actually like, okay, black people, we hear you. We know when are upset, but after you hear but the mean that everything that I said before is no longer relevant.
Gone through window.
How have we gone so far from empathy as a human society to realize that somebody killed somebody and there's a conversation for this person? Dog, you point blank wrong. Then there's no conversation here. You took the life of a person because of the fact that you felt like, oh, I got the authority to do so. That's why a lot of people got issues with authoritative figures. That's why we don't want to hear them because we're not ready for the video yet. And the fact that 50 years ago, let me say this: 50 years ago would have been all of that time when we ain't had the phones, we ain't had the internet, we ain't had nothing. So all of this was going on. It was normal. Nobody can talk against it. Nobody was
Yeah.
being held accountable for it. And yet we still got all the technology of the world. We able to record. We could show you from the beginning to the end who is the perpetrator, who is the victim. And still yet it still continues. And then we hear about this man history. He was a hustler. He was a person that used to get involved with trouble with the law and all that. Dog, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What does this man's past have to do with the fact that he was just murdered by a white police officer and it be okay? Like what's going on here? But this is what I'm gonna say. Black people, it is time to start asking for inclusion. It is time to start asking for a little peace. It's time to start asking for a little blood. It is time to take what belong to we though. It's time to take it. I don't want no more asking nicely because you know what? We are asking nicely for too long. For too long, we are asking nicely. I black. I'm proud of being black. This is all I know, and I'm willing to defend it. As I said before, every single person is not going to be a warrior on the front line. Somebody got to replenish the troops. Somebody got to be the nurse. Somebody got to be the healer. Somebody got to be something else while these other people laying down the lies. And that's the next problem. Everybody want a solution, but nobody want to fight for it. As a human race,
Mm.
we know that before peace, there's come war.
Or
War. So you know what? If you know that you don't got the stomach for war, find another way to support you people while we at war. Find a place, find a position. All of we
they got a
got
lot,
one.
they got a lot of positions in this struggle for
Straight up.
sure.
Then no, because I hear all the time that. oh man, you know, I don't know, and you could tell who's the people that soft and decadent and malleable and who want just be friends and just want and laugh up and things. We see them all the time,
Mm.
but we don't need to watch them. Remember, we watch a picture called 300 with a man called Leonidas. He 300 people and went and fight a whole army, right? Just to make sure that he people who will see we could do this if we come
We
together.
could do this.
And then lay
Yeah.
down their life so that's what we gotta do. It's time for we to start recognizing that in order to enact some serious and real change, sacrifices have to be made. And it's not only about life and death all the time. We gotta start making subtle changes in the way that we think, the way that we carry ourselves, the way that we respond to negative comments against us. We got to start unifying. Stop seeing you black brother as a problem. Stop seeing you black woman as an issue. I see men going both the place and don't want to put the woman online, but then walking about with a woman that look like mellow cream butter in a plastic bag, and you protesting it next to she because she got a different color hue. Like, who you working with, me? Like, dog. I mean, that's a whole another tangent I think too. But these is things that really and truly get to me here. These things is really and truly get to me. And I gotta say this too, because we didn't touch on this topic. The people, the people that are biracial, like my cousin that up in the chat here. So, oh, lady, big up my cousin Leanne from the UK. She is a product of a white mother and a black father. Black father is my side of the family. That's my cousin, my first cousin. And when I first met her, obviously, I like just started watching and what going on, and she was so genuinely black. That's all I could call it, because I feel like if she was trying to be something that she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I got
Yeah, I get you.
I got two twin boys that is my second cousins now from my cousin in New York. She recently had twins with her no husband, a white man. And he's another fella that was around me too. And initially you's always be waiting for the situation, but it didn't play out. And that's why I said we don't have to be nitpicking about who it is that we don't want to offend. Because I know what I said tonight ain't gonna affect he, because he is one of the real ones. You understand me? So it's only the ones that know that them out in the open um executing this racist behavior, feel the superior to us and all kind. Them is the ones that we go put ants underneath the pants, man, and they ready for them. Anytime at all when they want to find me, when they can find me online, follow me at Chad is here. I waiting for when to get my inbox. Come chad.hero@gmail.com. Tell me where when to want me meet when if it is that when I want to do me something. Tell me, because I'm ready to talk to when I face going on, man. I deal with this whole internet thing, and people know me for jokes. I'm a comedic fan. I like my lighthearted thing, and I like my people to feel good and happy. But you see, when it's come to these sort of situations, though, I'm ready to lay it down for anybody. I know that my ancestor that was a slave was probably one of the people that ran away. Cause we ain't about this shit, though. We ain't about it. I'm with it. I'm not with it. So, with that being said, let me tell you something. I ready to open up more and more conversation. We want what was the email address now? It's upinsideyuh@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
I got a
You
little
you
remark
could put
post
that
in
on the
chat.
thing.
I got a little remark post in chat so I can pin it. Right now we got pin mellow cream butter in a bag because that was a very pertinent fact that one person in chat kept going on over and over because that line, I guess he meant this broadcast.
Well, but that's really and truly how I feel. We got some beautiful black women. I know that the black women could be very cantankerous and the rough and thing too, but I've got some very beautiful women over here that just get put down and other people just get picked up. And it's all because of
Facts.
the fact that we see ourselves as lesser than, that we just feel that we value just shoot up by a couple 100 points because we're going to get with a woman of a different ethnic group. And we got to walk away from that there, so my brother. We got to get away from that. That's a whole nother kettle of fish there. So, but if you want to talk about it, we could talk about it. Because I ready. I ready to talk about it. The black women want big enough. And we as black men gotta do better. Oh, you know what? Said just pop in my head. And I want to say it before I forget. You know that I watch a lot of series and things. Some I really pay attention to, others I don't pay attention to. I can name some of them know, and I can mess up some of the women in here. They're gonna start to realize now. All right. Let me tell you now. Scandal, how to get away with murder, billions. Them is the first three that I'm gonna talk about. Every single one of those pictures has a black woman who is successful, strong, educated in their field, doing whatever they do, right? You know that no point in time any of these the women that sorry the men that just get placed next to these women or that could control these women or that could stand up next to these women or that could be equal to these women or above these women just be white men because Annalise husband is a white man. The woman who the woman there with the grunt mouth man that I hate to see she mouth but
I ain't got a clue, 'cause I don't
she
watch that series.
but the scandal thing she does be dealing with the president which is a white
But
man
there's
and
the
then
Olivia Pope woman.
Olivia Port, right? That's it. And then wait, I can't remember what the girl name offered billions, but I have never ever seen her with a man. And all of a sudden she went and like this pot belly white man, and I was like, what going on here? So all of this is what he's saying, right? The situation is that they must be giving a
Mm.
subliminal message, is be sending a subliminal message that only powerful, successful, educated black women are attracted to this because black men don't line up next to. And the only position, sorry, for us as a black man next to a powerful, successful, strong, educated woman is as that study nigga. Because I think the woman Annalise was dealing with a police officer. I mean, it's my rip up here. It's not a proper black man and yet he could only be relegated to the side man. But these white men are what could handle we black women. All of these is messages that's began pumped into we brain that we don't recognize, because
Subliminal messages, bro.
an image is more important. And we could even go further. We could take a step further and talk about religion where that images is what put into we mind to see the white man as more. Because when you look at Jesus and when you look at the saints in stained glass windows among churches, what it look like? Who the
White
favor?
man.
Tell me, I asking you,
White
who
man.
the favor? All right. So subliminally, when you think of Jesus, you see white. So it's only obviously people that look next to him, all of a sudden their value gonna go up and we want gonna go down. Because they said, I don't debate this, but they start about in the Bible, they said Jesus' skin was the skin of bronze and hair was like sheep's wool. Because if all of the images of Jesus in storybooks, children's books, the Bible, and the stained glass windows were black, all of a sudden I can see you as a man. I can see you as a man that's more. I can be like, yo, boy, Keith, look like that saint. So, he's somebody that I need to love. He's somebody I need to embrace. How many
Yeah, but
times
if you
how
wait
many
up.
times a white person walk in a room, dog, and you start to feel uncomfortable, like you aren't sitting down properly, you aren't dressed properly, you don't talk properly. How many times that happen to you? Because of the subliminal messages that get pumped into
It's
we
true.
brain without we recognizing. You
There's
know
a
what I'm
lot
saying?
that you don't recognize, a whole lot that we don't that you recognize, but it's all from a young age. Everything is get pumped into you later.
Real talk. I mean, this I don't get as I said, I don't get into the conversations about religion and all that stuff, but I speaking about the fact that if
Yeah,
I
I
say
know dabbling in religion too
I
heavy.
want all of my people in here so no, I can say the word orange. You think of the fruit. You don't think of the word ORANGE. You understand? Because
Image.
the mind is pulled from the back when you need to call or recall letters and words and all that sort of thing. But you see images be at the forefront of your mind. And that's what is really, really meant you start to realize. There's a lot of things that are stacked against us as a people, and we got a lot of work to do. And I could tell you that it will not all be solved within our lifetime, or probably we children lifetime, or probably even we
Every
grandchildren
children,
lifetime. We
children
got
lifetime.
we
It's
got
true.
a lot of deprogramming and reprogramming to do, my brother. We got a lot to do. And if we don't deal
Facts.
with the source problems, if we don't deal with the root problems, we are always going to fail. We are always going to be running around in circles. We can always be on a merry-go-round. Because, like I tell you, if we don't deal with the root issues, All that happen is that when we cut off a branch, two more gonna grow. When you cut off a limb, four more gonna sprout. You understand me? So we have to identify what are the root issues within the black community and start working on them and understand that everybody ain't gonna agree at first. But you see, once you start steamrolling that change, we start getting to we children earlier. We take rid all of that imagery that we just put on them, put them in front of the TV to see a bunch of white people being the focal point and thing. Let them love the self more. Get back outside and rumble with your people. I remember running boat outside Big Mac. Like, I mean, it's so much more, so much more. But
Yeah,
we gotta learn to be loving. We want to teach them earlier. You understand me? We gotta start exposing these people, boycotting things. We can't let up though. We gotta keep we foot on the accelerator right now. That's what time it is. This is no time to be reversing back into where is that we come from. There's no like I honestly I'm not in America and I'm sick and tired. I'm absolutely sick and tired of hearing that another black man get killed. Like when I remember hearing it, I thought that this was probably a repost of something that happened before. Nah, something brand new,
yeah.
something fresh.
Especially with the
Same old
whole "I can't
story.
breathe" thing. I can't breathe. I heard that before, and it was like, nah, this was a repost. And
Mm-hmm.
bam, I don't
My
know
man, my
what
man,
happens next.
my man, FC. I thinking that there's a guy. FC
Yeah, that my
Hollywood
boy Russell.
Sports.
That my
Okay,
boy Russell.
he's speaking facts there. So black people are the only race who
Yeah,
praise the deity that doesn't look like them. That's fact. Because Buddha look like the Chinese or the Asians, I should say. Muhammad and them look like the what is no the Islamic people. But we ain't got none that look like we. So that's why we can't love ourselves more. But people would think that what my dad it don't matter what you look like. All right, if you feel so. Cause that's an age old conversation. And
it's the
some people
system,
ain't
fam.
really ready. Some people ain't ready to be objective. That's the problem. They don't
It's the
want to be
system.
objective. But I
It
want,
is the system, though.
you know what I want my people to see things. This is I have some points here right now about what I want my people to do, right? Here we're going on. I want people to stop allowing one piece or one slither of victory determine that the fight is over, which is what I said previously to about if we hear now that the four people that were involved in the murder
I
of
mean,
George
if they got
Floyd
arrested,
they get convicted and they get served
hmm
for jail time, that is
yeah,
not
did it. But
the
down the
end.
victory, in the end,
That's just
we
one
got
situation. That's
we
one
got a long
piece
way to
of the
go,
pie.
Shad.
That's one piece of the pie. You understand me? Don't allow that don't allow that conviction to be it. You understand? We keep maybe foot on the gas. All right. The next point that I got for wanna demand more upfront information on issues regarding the judicial system. A lot of people the people from overseas who wouldn't know this, there was a situation that took place. I think it was last year, where a white owner of a boat was found with a bunch of drugs, and
Mm,
then it was put on to the
mm.
black man that was his employee. Now, how many times we would have had situations that took place like that? It was the forefront of the news, and then it just disappears.
Disappear.
Then the more
Are you
transparency on
talking
it.
you talking about the cocaine that turned to marijuana?
Right, exactly. That's what you're talking about. Court
Mm,
Jonah. That's what you could call that. Court Jonah.
Court
So
Jonna.
I don't know if these men got amazing Mumford on speed dial that them is just call and say, yeah, Mumford, they need a little help, turn this thing into something and get my charges delayed.
Boom.
I don't know. I don't
Abracadabra.
know. I don't know. But this is all right, we're moving on again. Let me see the people. All right, we can continue. I already talked about the power images and words. The next thing, when people
We got
see
17 seconds remaining, Chad. We
all
got
right,
the time up.
see yourself as enough. You might we gonna come back. I want these things put on. I want these things put on.
All
I
right,
got saying to
let
close
me
out
come
with.
back.
So
We
let me
come
do it
back
quick and come back in.
in 3, 2, 1.